Hey there, are you a business owner who's just stumped? What am I creating content around? Well, I've got the answer for you, and the answer is Answer the Public. Richard here, business owner just like you, and maybe you're stuck. You see all these people on like social media, you see it on LinkedIn, everyone's talking about content creation, blah blah blah. And you're like, I don't even have enough time to like sleep. What am I doing and how am I doing it? I just need to understand how to create content. Someone tell me, what do I create the content about, and I'll figure out a way to get it done. Answer the Public may be the solution you've been looking for. Answer the Public has been out for, I don't know, like it's a 10-year-old program or something like that. Very cool. What it does is that, or its core functionality is that it sources the auto suggestions from search engines like Google, Bing, and YouTube, as you can see here, so that it gives you an idea of what people are putting into search engines. And so, very simply, if people are putting them in search engines, just create content around that. Don't even think about it. So I've started incorporating Answer the Public into my own workflow. In the past, with like content creation, blog writing, article writing, what I used to do is jump to a keyword explorer, a keyword research tool, find keywords that people are searching for, and then from there try to dream up content and create my own piece of content. It works okay, but why not just answer the questions that people are putting into Google? It's that simple. Find the questions that they're putting into Google and then be done with it. So let's just see. Answer the Public was purchased, I forget when, maybe a couple years ago by Neil Patel. Neil's a really cool dude. I've never met him, but I've followed him for lots of years now. Him and Eric Sue. They had I think they still do a marketing school podcast. If you're a solo entrepreneur, definitely check out the marketing school podcast. They've got thousands of episodes, but they talk about everything and anything, and they're really good about distilling it into simple bites that are, depending on where you are, like very actionable. Sometimes the topics are like, well, you just assumed you have like a team or whatnot, but you can find a lot of good stuff in those episodes. So anyways, Neil Patel bought Answer the Public. He's also the founder or the owner of another keyword research tool, Ubersuggest, which I also use. Highly recommend it as a keyword research tool. So both of them like complement each other. The keyword research tools, if you just want to go straight for keywords, probably like that's a little more challenging, or if you know what you're going after, then I think going directly to keywords helps. But if you're somebody who's like, my full-time job is not SEO and content creation, Answer the Public, I think, takes it a step back and says very simply gives you what people are asking, right? So let's say you're a business owner, and for our purposes, I'm going to say, to correlate it with another video I recently did, you're working in the real estate industry, right? You want to create an article or content that serves first-time home buyers, right? It could be a real estate lawyer, you could be a mortgage broker, loan officer, you could be a real estate broker, real estate agent, real estate salesperson, and you want to like create content for first-time home buyers. So very simply, I'm going to put in here, let's see, first-time home buyer. Home buyer. You can change the country, change the language. If you're doing videos, maybe do YouTube, Bing for other searches. But for our purposes, I'm going to say Google. Oh, no. Okay. And boom. What happens now is that the results are, this is what you get. You get this like answer wheel, which includes, it's broken down into different sections. So you have questions that Answer the Public has found from auto suggestions. You've got prepositions, right? So these are words that are included in the search term: can, for, with, without. Then we got what's the modifier here? Comparisons: first-time home buyer versus first-time home buyers. And this is just the alphabet card. So if you were to enter first-time home buyer A, first-time home buyer B, first-time home buyer C, these are the results that show up. And then finally, results are just related. If you were to just enter the term and nothing else, the results that show up afterwards. So you can see a lot of different angles and questions that you can create content around. So it's very simple. Let's just go all the way back to the top. And again, let's say you're a real estate salesperson, real estate lawyer, and you want to create some content so that people start clicking on your website and have more, want to do work with you. Here you go. And so one of the cool things about this wheel is that these indicators here, the darker it is, the more like it's Answer the Public has determined to be a stronger inquiry or query that people are searching for. So while this includes search volume and cost per click volume, that's more about advertising. This changes. Like, these questions can change seasonally. So right now, if I were to create the content, I'd just jump. If I have limited time and resources, I would just jump straight to the strongest ones. So for here, again, our first time home buyer loans good. I don't know if that sounds like a good. I could create content around that. This is a good one. Can first time home buyer have a cosigner? Like, boom! If you're trying to be a TikTok real estate salesperson, easy. Can first time home buyer have a cosigner? If you are someone who's doing short videos, literally you can just answer all these questions, right? Can first time home buyer have a cosigner? Can first time home buyer use 401k? Can first time home buyer rent house? If you wanted to, you can just create content off of all of these. Just go one by one, right? You can export it. So if you want to do data, if you want to start off with can, just boom, straight through. Create videos or content off of each one of those. If you're creating long form content like blog articles and whatnot, you might have to be a little more judicious because it is a little more challenging. But this is a very simple one. Can first time home buyer have a cosigner? What I would recommend doing here is that then I would take that into maybe an AI writing tool, another keyword tool. So one that I suggested is writerzen.net in another video. And what I've started doing is finding these long-term keywords here in Answer the Public, and then putting them into the workflow in WriterZen so that I have a nice, neat workflow. I'm not like going off the rails. I'm just using these search terms, long tail keywords, and creating content around that. With it, WriterZen then will supplement the keywords, and so I get content that's really, really powerful. And that's Answer the Public at its core. You can use it free. I think you get like 3 searches a day. Pricing, I think might be like one time. If you just do lifetime, it's like $100 lifetime forever. Or if you want to use unlimited searches, $1,000 lifetime. As you can see, I'm on the individual plan, but you do a few hundred searches a day as a solopreneur or small team, like you can create a ton of content, and it's again going to answer. Like, you have to think about what content you need to create. It's just Answer the Public is pulling the suggestions from AutoSuggest in Google and like putting it out there. Let's try this same thing with YouTube. Okay. Because again, if you want to make it really simple and start doing videos, hey, let's just see what YouTube is pulling here. Okay, so it doesn't look like as much, and because YouTube's data might, I don't know if they released that information. But either way, here we go. What is the first time home buyer program? How does first time home buyer program work? How first time home buyer loans work? What is the first time home buyer program? Very simple questions that you can just literally take and then answer them on a short form video. If you wanted to like have a quick TikTok like run through it. If you go through the related, let's see what we got here. First time home buyer tax credit 2023. Easy. Like what does the IRS say a tax credit is, and how do you qualify for that? First time home buyer program. If you're a mortgage broker, maybe talk about some of the different first time home buyer programs that the lenders you work with offer. Very simple. So as you can see, it just removes like the thought process. And if you're someone who's like kind of like me, oh man, I want to be more active on social media, I want to create more content, I just don't know what to create, get yourself an Answer the Public subscription. It just makes as you can see, sourcing ideas, stupidly simple. Just put in a term here. It's going to spit out all these different like long tail keywords. Again, if you want to create long form content, you can create blog posts if you feel like you're not comfortable on video. If you are comfortable on video, very simply, just get out your phone, get out your laptop, and just start creating videos based on these, answering these questions, and just get it out there. It's a wrap. Like, you don't have to think about it. You do a couple of these a day or a couple of these a week. One of these a day. Oh my gosh. You put out answer these 29 questions in one form or another. That's challenge yourself for like the beginning of the year, and just tell me that your channel doesn't grow. So this is Answer the Public. Again, it's a pretty effective tool at ideation if you're someone who doesn't know what do I create content around for my business. If you're fall into that camp, definitely get an account. You can try the free version. Again, you're limited to 3 searches, but again, even one or 2 searches a day, you can come up with ideas for content and just boom, have at it. Create your content and go with it. Anyways, hopefully you found this video helpful. I'd love to know your thoughts on Answer the Public below. If anything, share the comments, subscribe, and until next time, take care, be well. Bye for now.